Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Y'all forgive me. I'm about to be driving, and tomorrow my wife's birthday, and she is turning more beautiful, more fine, more amazing, and really entering into her season. And man, it has been a blessing for me just having her in this season, you know, in these crazy times in the world, and just having what I call a perfect marriage. A lot of times people don't understand marriage if they're not married. If you're not married, you could hear about it, you could talk about it, but until you get in it, you'll never fully understand it. And there's so many caveats and nuances to marriage. And then a lot of people don't understand too when you are a chosen one. And I use that term boldly but reluctantly at the same time, of somebody who has millions of supporters online, and you speaking to the whole world. And so many of those millions. So if I have 3.5 million people online, only 35,000 of them support me. And that's just the way the numbers break down. The rest are waiting for you to fail. They watching every video, listening to every word, hearing stuff that you did not say, reading into stuff that you did not say, misconstruing stuff that you did not say, thinking that you sharing 100% of your business, not realizing that you sharing less than 1% of your business. And online, you have a tendency to believe that you know the people that you follow, and we only know what they show. And most people just not gonna show a whole lot. And so for me, I try to use myself as an example so that people understand the reality, so that people understand that you could be happily married and it not be conventional. You could be happily married and it not be what people have told you it was gonna be. It's a lot of times, I'll share very personal things and revelations and things that I've learned. Like one of the things I say is sex is a plus, not a priority. And a lot of people don't understand that. Now, I could have sex every single day if I wanted to, but I don't have a desire to. I could do whatever I want to do, but I don't have a desire to. Like, once you really find real love, you start to realize what really matters. You start to realize who really matters. And you really start to understand, and then you really go into a space of empathy. And realizing, like, when you have someone like my wife who has a 5-6 bedroom house and doesn't have a nanny or a maid because she don't want to spend money like that. She don't want to have somebody in there. She type A, so she like to do stuff the way she like to do it, whereas a lot of women will pass that off. And so when you have that, you're gonna work. You working hard. That becomes a full-time job with 2 kids who are very active and doing their thing. Now one in college, but the youngest still very active, training every day except for Friday. Sometimes train on Friday, sometimes he's 7 days a week. And having to be drove 40 minutes to school, picked up, drove back 40 minutes home. Full-time job. And a lot of times we don't give enough credit to the people in our lives for what they do. And so tomorrow's my wife's birthday, and I'm taking her, different activities and have a little downtime, a little free time, and then getting a little hotel just to be able to get away, and then flying her to New York for the weekend to be with her sisters. She love to see them, love to get to spend time with them, and just give us time to get out of mommy mode, get out of wife mode. Because she cooked 3 meals a day and cleaned the house, got the house spick and span, and been able to do a little more since one have gone to college. And that's a lot. And I think a lot of times people don't understand, and I think a lot of women don't even understand the value of a woman. A lot of women think that a woman is a cum bucket. A lot of women has been made to believe that a woman is a cum bucket. And I've said on here, it's times that when I'm intimate with my wife, I wear a condom. And a lot of time, and people will think that, oh, your wife, you know, she won't let you not wear a condom. Now, if she's not on birth control, then we do that out of safety, because we don't want to have a third baby. And we know that you can get pregnant while you on birth control, and nothing is foolproof, not even a condom. And I share personal stuff like that, and the reason why I do that is just to let people know, like, I'm a real person. Although I've been married 18 years and I'm a relationship coach. But you know why I do that? I do that so that my wife don't have to be leaking. It's women that have these jokes online about, like, they be sitting in a meeting and they'll make that little sound of the man semen coming out of them. And the thing about it is yeah, you could go whatever, shower, do all of that. That don't mean because of how this stuff made. So it's like when a man fall in love, you don't want to treat your wife like a quote unquote, the word cum bucket. You don't want to just dog your wife out. Like, it's times where you want to make love and all of that and everything, whatever. But if you about to have you a little wham bam, a little quickie, and then your wife got to, you know, get clean and get whatever and go out to a meeting, go out to school. You don't want your wife out there dropping all your stuff all everywhere. And so a lot of women don't even understand that a man could love you at a point and to a level that he cares about you, that he cares about your body, he cares about your convenience. A lot of times we don't think about, as men, like, if the monotony of being a wife. Like, as a man, we wired to provide. So me going out to earn a living and get money and all of that, that's exhilarating. You know, it's exhilarating, it's fun. But the monotony of being a wife, whether you work in a job, dealing with the kids, dealing with homework, dealing with that stuff, cooking, cleaning, doing all that stuff, that could get boring. That could get just something to where it's not a lot of thrill. Like me, I'm talking to different people every day. Dealing with different people every day. Like, I have a lot of fun in what I do, and I'm living my dreams. My job is never boring. Whereas with my wife, you know, same thing, day in and day out. And so you can't always expect a woman to be all sexy and bouncing off of walls and all of that. And it's sometimes to where your woman just need to lay down, woo-saw, get a full body massage, and really be just taken care of. And as a man and a man of God, that's the thing that a lot of women don't understand, a lot of men don't understand, is Christ tell us to love our wives. The Bible tell us to love our wives as Christ loved the church. That's not an equal trade. That's not an equal trade. So you got to go into it with the mindset. You don't have a mindset of ownership and control. You don't have a mindset of those things like, this woman is your cum bucket, this woman is your sex slave, this woman is your housemaid, this woman is your do girl. You don't go into it with that mindset when you seeking to love a woman as Christ loved the church. You want to make life easy for her. You want to create a soft life. You want to create a safe space, and you want to grow every day to be a better man. And you want to put things on your shoulder. You want to put it on your shoulder, and you go and you lean on God, and you trust God. You don't trust in man. You don't trust in therapy. You trust in God. You could get therapy, you could get coaching, but your help coming from the Lord. And you're not you're not just dumping on human beings. You don't, as a man, we don't dump on our wife. We'll share things with our wife. We'll talk with our wife. We'll open up to our wife. But we're not sharing every little thing with our wife, because we understand that we got to protect her mental as well. And so the part about being a man is you got to understand that everything is for the good. And you can see it as painful. You can see it as unfair. You can see it as this or that. Or you can see it as, this is manhood, and I'm built for it, and I'm called to it, and you get to it, and you grind, and you live your life. Y'all gotta forgive me this here. Make sure my phone ain't cutting off because I got it plugged in. And you gotta live your life. And so I want y'all to understand that, you know, when I come on here and I'm doing these talks, don't ever get to feel like you really getting to peek inside of my marriage in the sense of real details and real relationship, because I still have to treat my relationship like a house. So I have to share things from a first person, even when I'm not talking about myself, so that I'm not telling my client's business that I could have just got off the phone with. And so I have to share things so that I could teach a message. And that's one of the things of being in my position, is you get a lot of unjust judgment and people trying to read between the lines, and people looking at you like a normal person who get online and just talk. It's different when you a leader and you call to set the captives free, and you call to speak life, and you call to instruct, and you call to lead millions. It's totally different. And you'll never understand that till you get put in that position. So never try to read between the lines. Never try to judge. Never try to give unsolicited opinions with 1% of the insight. And I have to deal with that with several women who have bumped their head. Will email in and send very, you know, stupid stuff, stupid suggestions, stupid just things that they trying to piece together about me and my wife based on videos. And that's very ignorant, because I'll never tell all our business. I'll share lessons, things that we've learned in 18 years, but don't ever get it twisted and think that I am ever unhappy in my relationship, unhappy with my wife when I'm talking about marriage and the ebbs and flows, the highs and lows, and the things that people just really don't understand marriage. It's not a thing to where the woman is a do-girl and the man is a king, or the man is a do-boy and the woman is a queen, or and the man got whatever he want, however he wanted, and the woman got whatever she want, however she wanted, and all of that. Like, it's never that. You have to figure out in a marriage what works for your family, what works for your marriage, what's gonna keep y'all happy, whole, and healthy. And there's gonna be things that you go through that nobody knows about. Things you go through as a man, things you go through as a woman, and y'all come together and y'all work together. Like last night, me and my wife, we was just up late. We was up late just watching a movie with Tatum, and Tatum went to bed. We finished watching the movie and we just sitting there talking, and then then we wrote a song together. I asked her, you know, tell me some things about me, you know, that you like or whatever, and about our marriage. And I wrote a song for her, basically in her words. I said, I'm gonna put this on the album just from the woman perspective. So I wrote the song, she listened to it, told me which one she liked, and then she got on up, and then we was about to go to bed, and I had me a little, you know, I had me a little session plan. Had me a little adult time, a little cuddleization, you know, playing. And then I got into that album, and then I stayed out on the couch and just went to writing. My wife, she went to bed, whatever like that. Let me stay out there and work. And didn't bother me. I stayed out there and work. And I got so tired, I finished my album. I just started listening to it, laid down on the couch, went to sleep. She woke me up about 4:30. Say, hey, come get in the bed. I'm getting up. I'm about to get up and start, cooking breakfast and stuff and getting things ready. Get in the bed, don't sleep on the couch. Why you stayed out here? I say, well, I fell asleep doing my music. But she wasn't mad at me, wasn't none of that. And here I am as a man, which people think, oh, the man is such a hornball and just always wants sex. And here I am, had me a little, session set up, and I skipped out on it. And that's what people don't understand. And so you got to realize and realize that when we out here as speakers and teachers, it's like, for one, we can't tell more than 1% of our business because we public figures. But two, you got to understand that if we are producing and we functioning and we giving game and we sharing, that we have to make it work behind closed doors. We gotta find a way to make it work, and that's where God is able to use that wisdom, that knowledge, that understanding. That's where God can do that. And so, and what you have to understand about me is, I'm a transparent person. Like, if you meet my mama, that's where I get it from. You meet my mama, you'll know all her business in 30 minutes. But the reason, and I'm like that too, and the reason why is because I ain't got nothing to hide. I don't tell you everything, but I tell you what you need to know, so that when you go into marriage, you understand that your man is not going to leave you just because you're not having sex every night. Your man not gonna leave you just because you're not cooking and cleaning every day. That your man not gonna want sex every day. That you're not gonna have this cookie cutter marriage and relationship that is written about in somebody's book. That you're gonna create your own plan, your own system, your own structure. That's what you're gonna realize in marriage. And so that's why I share those things, those nuances, to where people understand, to where marriage is seasonal. It happens in seasons. You have a season of grind, you have a season of suffering, you have a season of bliss, season of rest, season of peace, season of turmoil. You have a seasons of ups, seasons of downs. Like, it's never, as two human beings, it's never gonna be just one thing. It's never gonna be just all the same. And you will be a fool to believe that it's always gonna be peaches and cream for the man, or that it's always gonna be peaches and cream for the woman. It's never gonna be that. You're gonna have seasons of compromise. I heard a lady say her and her husband, they come together and they tell each other, hey, I'm on 20 today. Hey, I'm on 80 today. I think it was, I can't remember, maybe Brené Brown or something like that. Or maybe Mel Robinson, one of them. And I was like, man, that's genius. And that's what it is. It's like, it's seasons to where, like, right now, I'm, to a degree, like, my wife is carrying me. Like, she keeping me fed and fueled and all of that taken care of because of me working. I'm working, I'm taking care of the family. I got to pay 2 different tuitions. Both our boys got tuition. But then at the same time, I'm carrying her because she mourning to a degree because her firstborn, who was born 2.5 months early, is gone. He texts us right now in the group chat. And so I need to get all this video so I can text him back, because he texted him from the locker room at halftime. And he didn't play the first half because he was injured the last week. But supposed to play the second half, but they on the lightning delay. So he updating us about that. If I check it, it'll cut the video off. So I'm also carrying her. And then I have to deal with, as a man, as a public figure too. And you got to realize, if you're a woman, your man, when you get a man or your man that you got, he gonna have his own struggles as well. So I got to deal with, what I have to deal with as a man is being able to hear everybody's problems, what everybody going through, all this different stuff that people going through. And then I got to be able to block that off and go home and have a normal relationship. So imagine what that's like when you talk to a woman who's a wife and she tell you she cheated on her husband and she let the man do stuff to her that she's never let her husband do. And now you got to go home and not project. You got to go home and not be, processing that and thinking about that and bringing that up in conversation. So it's things that men and women carry based on what they dealing with their coworkers, with their family members, their friends, and all of that different stuff that you got to be able to block, and you got to be able to hold off. And the thing about it is too, what you got to realize is, for me, being in the position that I'm in, it's a lot of therapists and coaches that's jealous of me. It's a lot of coaches and therapists that wish they was in my shoes, that wish they had a platform and a voice with their college degree, because I don't have a college degree. And so they be hoping and waiting for me to fail, or hoping and waiting that they could see some type of unhappiness or some trouble in paradise so that they could hang their hat on and feel good about it. And my wife knows that, and she got to know that and fight through that and be looking and seeing that, knowing that it's some women waiting on the wings, hoping that we fail, so that, or hoping that I'll be like Devon Franklin or Torrey Roberts and divorce her and marry somebody else, and she have to, but she don't bring that up. She don't show no insecurity. She don't do none of that. And then we have our own thing, and this is what people don't realize is, in your relationship, you'll have certain conversations and banter and talk that y'all could handle, that when you share that to the world, they think, oh, that's a red flag. That's something wrong with that. But that's how y'all talk. That's what y'all used to that. That's y'all dynamic. Y'all dynamic is not going to be the dynamic for next door. And as long as it's not abusive and controlling and all of that, then you realize and understand that that is none of nobody's business. And so you have to realize that. And so I say that to say, you know, whether you're seeing this video on the 25th or the day before my wife's birthday, or the 26th, you're seeing it on 26th, I shot it on the 25th. My wife's birthday, celebrating her. It's a national holiday, so video might go up, but it's already scheduled. I'm not gonna be on the 26th, and blessing her. And I thank y'all too, because I do have a handful of supporters who are women who are empaths, or understand, or put themselves in her shoes and say, hey, man, we not thinking about Cherie Gaskins and how much she got to carry while Tony is carrying the world. While Tony tending to everybody else's problems, how much she have to carry. When Tony is beaten down and broken, and he is hurting and he is going through, she got to be his pillar or his rock to help him stand on. And she got to be there. And so that's why I celebrate her. That's why I give her everything that I can in time and energy and effort and love, respect, all of those things. And that's why I'm committed to growing every day as a man and getting better every day as a man, over and over and over again, so I could be a better man, a better husband. Because at the end of the day, we human. So it's easy to say, hey, don't do this, don't do that, don't be this, don't be that, but you're a human. We all are human. So we all gonna have areas to where we gotta grow. We're gonna have areas to where we gotta work. Whether that's communicating more or better, or whether that's communicating less or different, whether that's being more affectionate, less affectionate, more present, less present, whatever it may be. Like, we all got different things that we got to work on. And so, hey, I'm putting her cash out in the description. I ain't never, now y'all know I don't never do that. Now I ain't never put mine in there. But hey, if the Lord have blessed you and you want to be a blessing to us, and just send her a little message like, God bless you, or, you know, keep being you, keep being a light. It could be 10 cents. And because it ain't about the money, it's about really just the message. And I'm gonna take her today, and we gonna hang out and stuff like that. But one thing that I also understand too is my wife with me every day, and we have a great time. But I also know that when I'm with my boys, that's a different conversation. That's a different feeling. And so although I'm going to be with her all day on her birthday, I'm sending her to her sisters for the weekend so she could get another part of her heart filled. And that requires selflessness. And that's what we have to be at. But see, it's sometimes we could be in a place we so selfish, like, oh, I don't want my partner to be around nobody else. I don't want them to do nothing else. I don't want them to have no fun. I don't want them to go nowhere or do nothing or do this or that, and we just want to have them all to ourselves and be selfish. And the Lord showed me, like, hey, you want your wife to be whole. You want her to be full. You want her to be blessed all around. You want her to be blessed going and coming. You want her to have a healthy love life with you, a healthy social life, friendships with her friends, healthy mom life, healthy daughter life. You know, have her be completely well-rounded and full. And what we do a lot of times in relationships as humans is we'll be jealous, we'll be controlling, we'll be territorial, and all of those different things. And we can't do that. We can't do that. We got to be able to open up, to be better, to be different. And which guy stole that from me and used it with Adidas now. They use my quote, be better, be different. I say, boy, I used to say it so much on the end of my videos and used to write it with my messages that I guess they just saw it and forgot where it came from and started using it. And we got to be able to do that. And it ain't gonna be easy. And guess what? I know that's gonna bless my wife's sisters too. And to just know that, hey, they sister is being shared and not just hogged all up. Because I got her for life. You know, we together for life. We've been together 18 years. So, hey, I want to be a blessing to my wife today on her birthday, or on tomorrow her birthday, but it might be the day. I don't know when this video going up. Just YouTube don't be, the upload and be messing up sometimes. And we try to share and be an encouragement the best we can. That's why we wrote the book together, A Woman's Influence. But she don't like the limelight. She don't like being out there and all of that. Because you have to deal with people foolishness. You have to deal with people unsolicited opinions. You got to deal with people assumptions. People thinking they know what they talking about. Instead of looking at the proof is in the pudding of your marriage lasting and being successful and you being able to produce. If I wasn't happy in my marriage, I wouldn't be able to show up on here every day. And when I'm tired, it's because I stayed up late doing the work of the Lord. Not because I'm stressed or nothing like that. And so when y'all see me tired, that's because I've been in the trenches, earning it. And we could rest when we die. And I still get to rest. I still get to sleep in or whatever. But you're going to be weary as a servant of Christ. You're going to be weary as a warrior. You're going to be weary as a frontliner. Not really weary, but what I mean is you going to be worked. It's going to be, everybody come to me. I had a call today, already a crisis session with clients. I got 2 more sessions with clients, 2 more hours. And I had a meeting today with a client. So it's like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day sometimes. I'm dealing with other people's problems. So you gonna feel that. You gonna be tired sometime. And to have a wife that just bless me, never argues. She never bring nothing up. She never have an argument. She never ain't got nothing to hide. Leave her phone out. I got the passcode. Leave it on the bed. Hand it to me. Hey, do this right here. Do that right there. Nothing to hide. And don't be arguing. Don't be complaining. Never. My wife has never said to me in 18 years, Tony, we need to talk. Never. She make it work. She make it happen. Make it work. Make it happen. And the Lord has given me the ability to be able to look at myself, reflect, see what I need to do. And that's why we fit, because she's not confrontational. She's not the type to be bringing stuff up. And then she know I'm the type that's going to be introspective and try to grow every day. and look to get better every day. And so that's what we do, and that's how we work. But hey, God bless y'all. Keep your head up. Keep going.